I watched an old woman lay out all her gold and jewelry. She only wanted one full meal. I did not even glance at it. I raised my gun and ordered them to leave. This was a post-apocalyptic world. Gold had no value here, but the old woman did not give up. She pulled out a small bag of seeds with seeds. I could grow more food. Seeing my hesitation, she thought she had succeeded. But the next moment I handed the seeds back to her, neither offer was enough to sway me. With no other choice, she offered her daughter instead. My heart skipped. I had lived alone here for 7 years, only I knew what that loneliness felt like after thinking it over. I agreed and let them inside, but I stayed cautious. I searched them thoroughly, only after finding no weapons. Did I lower my guard? I cooked them a meal afterward. The old woman kept her promise and left the house alone the next day. They were supposed to leave, but she made another request. She wanted to stay and help run the farm to work for free. She said it would benefit us all, but I raised my gun again. My survival depended on caution. They were strangers, and strangers meant danger. She said nothing and stood up to leave, but at the last moment, Mia stopped at the door. She stepped back inside, set down her backpack, picked up a bowl, covered my face with foam, and slowly moved closer. With a blade, I lifted my rifle and aimed at her. Even though part of me enjoyed the closeness, I did not let my guard down in the end. I let them stay with their help. The farm began to grow much faster, but the old woman started forming her own plans. While Mia and I talked outside, she searched the house, top to bottom, and found no bullets, which meant my gun was empty. She told Mia, but Mia said I had 2 bullets hidden in my pocket and she could steal them at night. They both knew a farm this small could not support 3 people, so they decided I had to die that night. Mia stole the bullets early the next morning. The old woman quietly came up behind me and raised a shovel. At that moment, I noticed unfamiliar footprints on the ground.
Where's Mia?
At the same time, Mia was washing at the river when someone suddenly covered her mouth from behind. When I reached the river, only 1 boot was left behind. I followed the tracks into a field. The reeds towered over me. I crouched down to load my rifle and realized the bullets were gone. I instantly understood I had been betrayed after a moment of hesitation. I stood up and used myself as bait. Nearby, a man lay still on the ground, watching me like a starving animal when I fell. He pulled Mia in front of him and moved closer once he believed I was shot. He stepped in to finish me, but to save his last bullet, he dropped me instead. That was when I woke up. I forced myself up, grabbed the gun, and with Mia's help returned to the cabin. They cut the bullet from my wound and burned it closed with hot iron. But after being betrayed, I no longer trusted them. I raised the gun and locked them in the bedroom within days. The wound became badly infected. I burned with fever and eventually lost consciousness. Seeing this, Mia stole my gun and went outside to plan with her mother.